Hello, this lesson is on multidimensional array. After completing this lesson, you will be able to tell the characteristics of multidimensional arrays. You will understand how to access a specific array element in the multidimensional array. You will be able to conceptualize multidimensional array with a practical example. You will be also able to write a C program to access multidimensional array elements for storage and retrieval. So it is basically array of arrays. For example, array of one-dimensional arrays is two-dimensional array. Array of two-dimensional arrays is called three-dimensional array. So in this way it can go on and on. C programming allows three or more dimensions, exact limit determined by the compiler. So this is how you can specify a in-dimensional array. So you have to first specify the data type, then the array name, and then the size of the respective dimensions. For example, S3 is the size of third dimension in that way. And for accessing an element within that multidimensional array, you need to use n subscripts or n indices, I1 to In, where each of these indices are less than equal to the respective dimension size. Let's now have a practical example of a company, who is maintaining its number of customers for the respective years, year 0, 1, 2, and within the year for respective quarters, quarter 0, 1, 2, 3, and for respective cities, city 0 and city 1. So if you are taking a specific cell, for example this one, so this cell indicates the number of customers for year 1, for quarter 2, and for city 0. So here refer cust ijk. In general, it will represent the number of customers for year I, quarter j, and city k. Let's now solve a problem based on the example we discussed. Suppose company ABC is maintaining year-wise, quarter-wise, and city-wise data for customers. More specifically, the number of customers. So they might be doing a trend analysis, and for that purpose they are looking for a simple data entry system where the number of customers, only number of customers, and no other details are required at this stage. So the number of customers can be entered and displayed from this simple data entry system. So for that you can write a C program for simple entries and display of the number of customers. For the sake of simplicity, assume that we need to maintain data for 2 years, 2 quarters, and 2 cities. You are requested to pause the video at this point and write your code. Welcome back. Hopefully you have completed the code, and you can compare your solution with the code that will be presented in this video just after this slide. And the program listing is also available under Moodle resource. So here is the program. Though the program needs to solve for 2 years, 2 quarters, and 2 cities, we have defined these constants so as to keep the scope for future enhancement. We have also declared a multidimensional array by the name cast. More specifically, it has got 3 dimensions. As for the data entry, we need to have a nested loop. The outermost loop is corresponding to the first dimension. The next level of loop is for the second dimension, and the innermost loop is for handling the third dimension. From this loop we can access a specific element using cast ijk, and we need to use the scanf for taking the input for that particular element. After data entry, we need to display, and for displaying the array elements will be again using the nested level of loop. So here again it is the outermost loop, here it is the next level of loop, and here it is the innermost loop. And in that way we'll be able to print the array elements one after another. Under the outermost loop, we have also put another loop so as to put the city labels. We'll be running this program and see the exact outputs. We'll be now compiling and running this program. So it is for year 0 data, quarter 0, city 0. Let's put it as 100. The next data as 50, then 120, then 60, then 150, then 70, then 160, finally for 75. So you can see how beautifully this structure has been placed for the display after the data entry was over. Okay. Please note that all these arrays we have discussed were all created at compile time, and we specified the individual sizes, the dimension sizes in the source code, and it was not possible to modify the array size at runtime. That is why it is known as static arrays, and it gets static memory allocation. The only constraint is we need to estimate the largest possible size and create static arrays accordingly. How about an array with varying size? More memory can be allocated at runtime, which is called dynamic memory allocation, and the arrays which are created at runtime are called dynamic arrays. These are all implemented through pointer variables and with the usage of memory management functions, for example malloc, alloc, realloc, and of course free. These are all included under stdlib.h. If you're wondering about the pointer variables, don't worry. The details will be covered in your next course, pointers. Please do remember at this stage that pointers is a very important data structure in C programming, and these are typically used for creating and manipulating linked lists, stacks, and queues. So these are the lesson references. I shall also recommend for studying this paper. This paper is also included under the Moodle resources, but you can also go to the internet link. Hopefully you enjoyed the course. Thank you.